Democrat-run cities are experiencing a historic surge in crime. You know why? They don't like jail. They don't like bail. They let criminals come and go at their own leisure. Let's talk about this. Joining us now to discuss, former senior White House advisor, founder of America First Legal, my dear friend Steve Miller. Steve, before I get to this Democratic, there's like 12 cities, very interesting. I think this came from the New York Post. I'm not sure where it came from. But look, I want to just circle back and how furious I am at burning down the Fox tree, with the Christmas tree, which the New York Times reported like it burned. It just burned. No, it didn't just burn. It was this person. And on this person, now he is released. There's no bail. He's out on the street again. Here's something else. One of the security guards, we have fabulous security guards here at Fox. Most of them are ex-cops. God bless them. And I was talking to one who said that this guy had wandered inside the building a week ago or so and sits himself down in front of the turnstiles and starts yelling out, F Fox, F Fox, it's all a big right-wing conspiracy. So there is political content that has not been reported correctly. This is a guy, an ex-cop security guy who saw this whole thing. And here he is, he's free, and everyone's making excuses for him, and I am furious.
Well, I'm furious too, and let's call a spade a spade. You're burning down a Christmas tree. That's an attack on Christianity. It's an attack on Christians, and it should be investigated by the Department of Justice as a potential hate crime. The Christmas tree is the most recognizable symbol in the world of the American celebration of Christmas and the birth of Jesus. I'm Jewish, Larry, and I clearly understand that that tree is not a holiday tree. It is a Christmas tree, and burning it down is a grave crime.
Yeah, well said, well said. And, you know, I was at lunch today, Police Athletic League, big business organization, a fabulous group. Anyway, in front of 300 people, Eric Adams, our new mayor, spoke, and he was tough on crime. Now, he said the same things he's been saying during the campaign, so he seems consistent. And, you know, I hope, God bless him, I hope he does it. He had a lot of energy, seemed tough on crime and pro-business. But somebody's got to put their foot down. In these Democratic cities, one after another. This is something that Trump used to talk about. They've ruined these cities. They've ruined them, okay? And
yes.
I think we'll put it on the full screen. You look at them, Toledo, Rochester, Philly, Columbus, Louisville, Baton Rouge, Tucson, Albuquerque, Portland. Well, Portland's crazy. It's the Soviet Council. St. Paul, Indianapolis. It's not a coincidence that they're all run by Democrats who talk about defunding the cops or pulling back on support for the cops, no bail, no real jail time. You've got all these George Soros elected, district attorney prosecutors like that dope from the Rittenhouse case. I mean, for heaven's sakes, we got to put our foot down here.
Yes, well, you're 100% right. President Trump spoke clearly, convincingly, and persuasively on this issue about the crime surge in Democrat-run cities, which is now worse than it's ever been before. And you have prosecutors, as you mentioned, who are pro-criminal, anti-cop. They release people, as happened in Wisconsin, who have violent, heinous, egregious rap sheets that show one crime after another, one act of violence and depravity after another, and they keep getting released, right? We used to call this the revolving door, where you go into jail and out of jail, in and out, in and out, in and out. And who's the collateral? It's innocent American citizens, many of them African American, many of them Hispanic American, who are being victimized by this. There's nothing compassionate about reorienting our entire society for the benefit of the sliver of people in this country who are malicious and violent. What about the 99% of people in this country who are law-abiding and good and decent and don't hurt other people? They're the ones we're supposed to be taking care of, Larry.
You know, by the by, as an aside, Stephen, in these cities, the new poll, Tony Fabrizio's Wall Street Journal poll, 37% Hispanics now vote Republican, 37% Democrats. Democrats have lost their lead with Hispanics, and I gotta believe that Hispanics, Latinos, these are many, many men and women in businesses, small businesses. They come here for freedom and so forth. They've given up on these Democratic mayors because they're not safe.
No, they The Hispanic immigrants who are now part of our national family came here in large part because they wanted safety, they wanted the rule of law, and they wanted economic opportunity, things that are being stolen from them by Democrat politicians. I'll make another point. If you look at law enforcement in almost every city in America, what do you see? You see thousands and thousands of Hispanic American cops. And guess who else is Hispanic American? Our border agents, our ICE officers. So you have Hispanic citizens who are first, second, third generations, wearing uniforms, wearing the badge of law enforcement, protecting our communities, being demonized by Democrat politicians.
All right, that's a great point, by the way. They are joining law enforcement. That is a wonderful point. It reminds of the Irish and the Italians and so forth. Last one, you know, this article, Soros bankrolls dark money hub for activists pushing to dismantle police, grants show. I mean, there you have it. There you have it. Dark money, he's trying to hide the damn thing. And meanwhile, he elects all these left-wing, progressive, woke district attorneys all across the country who just let people, you're right, the revolving door. This guy gets busted, he burned down the tree, there was political content, it probably was a hate crime. Your comments about Christianity are beautiful and well taken, and we don't do a thing about it. And by the way, unfortunately here in New York City, another left-wing woke guy won as district attorney. But, you know, let's put the blame, this is Soros doing this stuff. They love to pick on Trump.
Yes,
How
and
about
thank you
Soros?
for calling out the dark money, Larry. Thank you for calling that out, because hundreds of millions of dollars from a small handful of far-left billionaires are installing these radical, anti-cop, pro-crime prosecutors all around the country. And my message today on your program is, for people of means in this country who believe in the rule of law, who believe in protecting the safety of law-abiding citizens, you need to open your pocketbooks and donate to support tough on crime, pro-police prosecutors all around this country. Turn back the tide. Do your part. Don't let Soros steal the rule of law in America.
There you go. Good message. Steve Miller, best of the best. I'm going to see you before we close down for the holidays, so terrific stuff. Thank you, Steve.